Hey guys, SK here, back with another Clash Royale video, and as of today, Monday 16th May, the Royale tournament is officially underway and has started. So we're going to be covering it today using 3.0 Xbow Cycle as always. So if you guys are new to my channel, I usually cover every single global tournament. I like to make at least 3 videos on it, and I used to start at around 15 wins or so, but because of your guys' feedback, a lot of people have said that they actually enjoy the early global tournament content too. So that's kind of what I've transitioned my Global Tourney videos into, and so I'm going to be going from 0 wins all the way up to 10 wins in a row, like all games straight, and going to be trying to get an undefeated score of 10-0 if possible. And I'm going to be doing it with 3.0 Xbow Cycle again, like I said. So we're going to be using Archers and Ice Spirit. A lot of people, as of late, have been asking me what's the best Xbow version. I personally think it's going to be either this version with Archers and Ice Spirit or some kind of Archer Queen version with either Fireball or Rocket. Though personally I prefer this because I'm more used to it, and I feel like it's kind of the best version for me, my personal preference. I think Queen is still very strong, of course, because 3-card cycle. But I have been enjoying standard 3.0, especially after the Archers and Ice Spirit buffs. A lot of people have also been asking me recently Ice Spirit versus Electro Spirit, and honestly, it comes down to personal preference. It's not like I'm just going to tell you guys which Spirit's better, and they're just automatically going to start winning more games because of that. It really just comes down to what you prefer. For me, and a lot of other top players right now, people have been preferring the Ice Spirit because of its buff. It just freezes for so long, and I personally like it because I really like how long it can stun something for. Adds a lot of more extra defensive utility to the mix, especially against some harder matchups like beatdown decks, like giant Bridgespam decks, any kind of heavier heavy-duty deck. It is a bit worse against some cycle decks like Logbait and Xbow mirror matches, but it's not the end of the world either. The only matches where Ice Spirit will really hurt you are either a giant graveyard with arrows or some kind of lava clone deck. Both of those aren't too popular right now. So yeah, our goal for the video, again, is going to be 10 wins, and I'll probably do at least 3 videos, as I always do. 0 to 10 wins for the first one, 10 to 15 wins for the second one, and 15 to 20 wins. So over the next few days, I will be planning to cover the global tournament quite a lot, quite extensively. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you do enjoy it, and let's get right into things. It's kind of funny, I never really ask you guys to like or subscribe, but I guess I just felt like it just now. But found the first match against Mattia, so we do have Skeletons as a viable first play. But I'm actually gonna... Okay, never mind. I was gonna cycle Archers because I had Xbow, but since he goes Ram at the bridge, I'll just Tesla, defend it. Pretty simple, standard 4-for-4. And then I can split Archers and continue with my plan. And so it's looking like it's gonna be P.E.K.K.A Bridgespam, I think, or at least I hope. It's gonna be a very easy matchup, if that's the case. Since he goes for Zap, that is 5 Elixir down the drain. Also goes Ghost. That's a really bad Ghost, I would say, because now he doesn't have enough for a P.E.K.K.A in time for the Xbow. He does have enough for it now, but it's too little too late, of course. Gonna go Knight, hopefully to pull this Ghost as we do get it off. That's really good. And then... Okay, this is gonna be a pretty tricky defense, actually. Gonna try and go Archers, then Skeletons to kite stuff a little bit. Then I'm going to have to get a pretty high value log in, and that was actually a perfect log. Notice how I was able to clip the Ghost right before it kind of attacked, and so I kept my Archers alive, and that was just a really important interaction. Goes for a Zap, and that actually doesn't accomplish anything. As you can see, the Barb gets hit 3 times, actually 4 times by my other tower, so that quite literally accomplished nothing. It was a bit scary that he had minions. Now, P.E.K.K.A Bridgespam with minions is quite an easy matchup for Xbow, especially because they genuinely have no way to break through if you defend well. But in low Elixir situations, minions can absolutely be very scary as pressure. Right there, they were pretty scary, I would say, but we were able to come out of that situation just fine. We also don't have to worry about any kind of Magic Archer alignments on our tower, thankfully, so that is the one benefit. And now I'm going to go... He goes for a Poison. Let's go Xbow up high, because if he wants to P.E.K.K.A, it'll have to walk up, and obviously will not be efficient. As you can see, it has to walk quite a long distance to get there, and I actually messed up my Skeletons there. That's my bad. Gonna go Ice Spirit. Okay, I messed up the Ice Spirit. Knight to... Thankfully, I do get the Knight. If I messed that up, in a row with my Ice Spirit, that would have been pretty awkward. But yeah, we're gonna go in again. I think he's actually back to a P.E.K.K.A now, unfortunately. No, he's not actually, or he didn't have enough Elixir, maybe. But either way, that's gonna be tower down. We'll get a nice Ice Spirit in there to freeze everything. Look how long that freeze lasts. That's why I love the Ice Spirit as of late. Gonna pressure with another Xbow, and maybe hopefully he gives up. Unfortunately, he does not, because crowns are very important in the global tournaments. But let's see if this Battle Ram does connect to the Xbow. It does, which means Tesla will stay alive. That's really nice. Actually going to ignore that bandit right there and try and get a connection to happen, because I do, again, kind of want crowns. But looks like it's sadly not going to happen. That's still going to be GG, though. Decent first game of the video. And yeah, this is kind of similar to a classic challenge, I would say, or maybe a grand challenge, but these lower wins in the global tournaments are usually pretty straightforward, not really stressful, against opponents who are maybe just a little less experienced, and they're usually pretty straightforward. So the other thing is that we could go up against a lot of inexperienced players with weird decks, so maybe mid-ladder style decks, mid-ladder style players. So that's why I guess a lot of you guys have been enjoying this lower global tournament starts and also full classic challenge videos that I've been doing. Let me know if you do enjoy this early global tournament video, like going from 0 wins all the way up, starting from 0 instead of starting from 10 or 15. Would be interested to hear your guys' feedback. Also, slowly working towards my card masteries. I believe my log is actually very close to getting maxed out. Yeah, it's less than 50 troops being destroyed from getting to level 7, my first ever level 7 mastery, and I'm honestly fine if it would be the log. Ideally it would be the Xbow, but I'd be okay if it was the log or the Tesla as well. But into the next match against Barn Kim. Looks like it's not King, it's Kimji. I'll actually cycle to an Xbow opposite, even though it isn't very optimal because I had to cycle to it, so it's not like I could punish right away. But let's see what he does. Goes for Royal Hogs. Let's just log and notice how I'm not committing any more to the Xbow, because I recognize that I do have to defend this mini P.E.K.K.A plus Wizard push. And just like that, I was able to defend both. If I overcommitted all in on the Royal Hogs, then I might have honestly lost, because I wouldn't have had enough. Go Skelly King. Actually, based on my hand right now, I have to Tesla, unfortunately. I can't really Ice Spirit skeletons confidently. Like, I guess I could go for a really nice skeleton surround, but I'm not sure I would be able to pull it off. But this is just looking like one of those mid-ladder decks with Wizard, Royal Hogs, you know, that kind of stuff. I might actually just hover my Xbow. Gonna Xbow, hoping he goes Wizard in the back, but even if he goes Wizard on the Xbow, and he goes Golem, oh my god, okay, so yeah, this is definitely mid-ladder for you, and unfortunately, since I just used my Tesla, it's gonna be 3 cards away, which is not a good sign at all, actually, because this is going to be a pretty hard defense to pull off. Gonna need everything we can get. We are back to a Tesla now, so I'll go for it very low. Goes mini P.E.K.K.A. I think I do have to commit archers to that, and I'm even going to go skeletons for it just because I want to keep my archers alive and help out against the Golem. And let's see if he goes Royal Hogs. Okay, he goes Skeleton King instead. My tower, okay, gonna have to go for a log here. This is where it could get dicey, because I'm gonna log, obviously, that is kind of charging up his Skelly King. If he goes for the ability, this could get very bad, and he does. Actually might lose my tower right here. Looks like I am going to. I can't really commit anything to that, unfortunately, because that's just a lot on the board. Gonna go archers in the back, I guess, and see if he plays something in the back himself. I'm gonna predict, okay, Golem in the back, that's really good. Now gonna have to make the most out of this Xbow connection. So if he goes like Royal Hogs, I'm gonna fireball them, and then I'm also gonna try and predict his mini P.E.K.K.A with like Ice Spirit and Cycle cards, because again, we need a connection right here. It's very important. Gonna go Knight, top of the Wizard. Unfortunately, did not protect my Xbow in time, but still, this is okay. He does not have Royal Hogs back in Cycle. Looks like he doesn't even have a big spell in this deck, actually. So we're gonna get a decent log here on everything, and then Witch is actually maybe, okay, Witch is gonna target the archers, that's fine. Gonna Xbow. Okay, actually really bad Xbow, because he's just gonna Golem on top. Yeah, that was not the Xbow by me. That was definitely a misplay, but still skeletons are gonna DPS it down pretty well. Then that's a lot of fireball value clumped up there. It's gonna take that, and that was actually pretty decent, honestly. That was not as scary as I thought it would be, considering a full Golem was on my Xbow. Gonna cycle back. I think he's gonna mini P.E.K.K.A now. Yeah, he does, so I predicted that. Very nice. Let's Knight as well. And then Log, he goes Clone. That's huge for me because that was a really bad clone. That's actually going to be GG right there. Going to go Archers and then even split Skeletons just to stall the Skeleton King out forever. And that's going to be a nice win. So, you know, I'm going to be honest, I was pretty panicked there. I guess it wasn't the best Xbow considering I didn't know what he had. So, like, that's the advice I tell you guys, right? Play pretty passively and don't Xbow out of nowhere. And honestly, I probably should have heeded that advice, or I don't know what the past tense for heed is. Maybe it's head or something, or heated, I don't know. But yeah, basically, if I didn't Expo there, I would have been able to defend, cycle back to my Tesla, and not lose to the Skelly King. But it is part of the process. He goes for a pretty aggressive gang. Don't have the best counters in hand, but I can actually cycle back to my Ice Spirit, and that's almost a flawless defense. So that was a +2 trade from me, because he went Barrel plus Gang. I went for 4 Elixir myself. Goes for a Ram Rider. Okay, so interesting multi-win con deck again. Goes for a Valk as well. I think I'm going to try and log this into the Tesla like this. Let's see if we get it off. Nice, we actually do. That's really huge because, as you can see, I keep my Expo alive. And arrows are forced out. That's going to be great. The only thing I have to worry about now is the fact that he has a barrel and I don't have log. But there are many ways I can counter a barrel. I can go Archers plus Skeletons. I can just Fireball it. I could also go like Knight Skeletons, like some kind of crazy micro strats, but I'm not the best at those placements, honestly. Kind of hoping he goes for a barrel right now, though, because I'll actually just ignore it. Yeah, just going to go Skeletons, and Fireball, that's a terrible play by him. No offense, but notice he just literally wasted 7 Elixir. I do not really care about that. I literally just ignored it, and I'm just going to go Ice Spirit and take this huge connection. I notice how I also didn't go Knight, even though I could have, because I didn't think it was worth it to sacrifice a full Knight. Maybe it was, but I'm still totally fine with the trade I got. And yeah, we're basically winning. That was a terrible Fireball. Even if he didn't Fireball, I would have still gone Expo and just gone Skeletons for the barrel, because I thought it was a good offensive initiative for me. But yeah, also I was saying last game, I'm really glad I didn't lose, because that reminded me of my full Classic Challenge series where I lost at 1 win. Imagine if I lost at 1 win in the Global Tourney. That would have been very embarrassing. But let's go for another Expo. He just went with a Ram Rider arrows. That's 8 Elixir. Big commitment, and based on that emote, it looks like he's very low in Elixir, as he is. And then let's just protect this Expo with a Knight. Also notice how I'm waiting for the Valk to cross so that my tower can help out as well against the Valkyrie. And that is going to be a huge connection on the right side as well. Now, this barrel is a bit scary because I don't have a log, but actually he really messed up by giving me a king activation, because that didn't even get much damage at all. So let's go Skeletons to predict the Inferno tower, and then I'm going to have to go Archers to hopefully take out this Dark Goblin before it kills my entire Expo. As we do, that's really nice. I'm actually just going to Fireball tower right here because I do want to get 2 crowns. Crowns are very important in this global tournament format. They're basically the tiebreaker between 2 people who have the same amount of wins, if you guys didn't know. So let's just go for a pre-Tesla off to the side in case he goes Ram Rider. And let's just get a nice Fireball in to take the tower, get the 2 crown, and get a very nice win against, again, like a very strange mid-ladder type deck. So hopefully this video and also my full Classic Challenge series, even though I don't necessarily make too many mid-ladder videos, hopefully these games help you learn about how to play against mid-ladder decks and mid-ladder play styles. Just gonna check. Hope you guys don't mind my log. Yeah, I kind of don't want to get my level 7 mastery in this video because I'd rather have that be a video by itself, like me getting my log mastery, but at the same time, if it happens, I guess it just happens. I guess the only thing I can hope for is that we don't go up against too many bait decks, as then my log will get a lot of value. Or I could intentionally try and not get log value, but that would just be kind of weird. Ghost Prince Fireball, so this is looking like it's going to be Giant Double Prince, which is a really bad sign because I really hate this matchup. But I'm not going to guess too much. We'll wait to see what else our opponent plays. He did just go with a pretty aggressive Prince plus Fireball. Actually, might be Goblin Giant Double Prince instead of Giant Miner, because he has a Goblin Gang in there. I think he does, actually. So this isn't going to be as bad of a matchup for sure. Actually going to be pretty decent, I would say. Let's Expo right now. And he's... Okay, he does actually have Giant, so that's interesting. I guess he's just playing Giant instead of Goblin Giant, but this version definitely does run the Goblin Giant way more often than the Giant. Also, they run Guards way more often than Goblin Gang, as do pretty much most decks in the meta right now, because Goblin Gang is just quite bad and overshadowed by Guards, in my opinion, and the opinion of many others too. But I think we're actually going to be pretty aggressive here. Okay, never mind, we're not, because he goes Prince in the back. I could have gone for an Xbow there, but it wouldn't have actually been a great play, so kind of glad I didn't. But let's just Tesla, we kind of have to. I think we have to log as well. Okay, he just spent 6 Elixir, so he might not have enough for a Giant. He might as well. This might be a bad play, but okay, he does. Unfortunately, we're not going to go Skeletons just as yet, because yeah, I had a feeling he would go Bats. We're going to try and clip everything with the Ice Spirit. Unfortunately, we missed 2, so that is the one downside of running Ice Spirit over Electro. I think I have to go Skeletons as well, just because that Giant would get too much damage on my tower. Yeah, he gets a Fireball in, which is a decent Fireball, honestly, because he gets another hit for it, but still. I think we're going to be just about even on Elixir. Okay, never mind, I might be down a ton, apparently, because he just went Spear Goblins. Yeah, okay, I'm actually down a lot of Elixir, never mind. We're going to have to play pretty passively for a while, but this should still be a pretty decent matchup, honestly. Goes for Prince to Snipe, which is an interesting decision. But yeah, this is definitely a decent matchup because it's Giant double Prince, but he doesn't have a Miner in there. Usually it's only a really hard matchup if they have a Miner, but our opponent does not. Unfortunately, Ice Spirit doesn't really do much at all there, so we're going to have to go Archers as well. I think we even have to go Knight for the Spears because they would just get too much value, honestly. I'm going to predict him going Prince on my Knight, and then I'm going to go... Okay, he goes Dark Prince instead. I'm not sure which one I would have preferred. Okay, he's somehow back to a Giant. I guess I'm really underestimating his Cycle ability with this deck. Let's go Skeletons to pull the Dark Prince in, and then log on everything, and that's actually going to be a pretty decent defense. And I could Xbow, but I'm not even really up Elixir right now at this point. I don't think I should. I think I should definitely like play more passively and just chill out, because this aggression has not really been working. Okay, since he just went with a real aggressive Fireball of his own, I think I am going to go in now. Unfortunately, he does have enough for the Giant and Bats, which is like super annoying. He's just doing this over and over, and this is why Giant decks are pretty annoying for Xbow, because Giant is just such a hard counter to Xbow. But we're going to outcycle his Giant by at least a little bit right here, and then go for a Knight on this Prince, and I hope we've kited out of range. Yes, we have, so you guys want to take note of that play. I use Skeletons to pull the Prince out of range. Let's also get a nice log on here to push the Dark Prince back, and that's actually going to be GG pretty much, because nice connection. So yeah, really useful trick there. A lot of these games that you play pretty defensively against, like Giant Double Prince, you usually get a connection by using some kind of special trick, as I did just now with the Xbow pulling the troop out of range trick. Also, I just logged a bunch of stuff, so that definitely might get my mastery up there for sure. But again, I can't really do too much about it. I think let's just start the spell cycle, honestly, at this point, because that is just 2 fireballs and a log. Let's get the first log in there, as I am clipping, once again, a ton of stuff, so I genuinely might get my level 7 log. I guess it's not the end of the world if I get it, because it still is a video, but I would have liked to have it in its own video, again, like I said. But yeah, plus 22, oof, that is 4 away. That is very close to getting mastered up. I guess not much I can do if I do master it. Worst case, I'll just make a video on getting my Xbow to level 7 mastery, because that's still, like, a special thing. That was obviously the thing I wanted to get first, but I wasn't really able to. Princess into an Ice Spirit, kind of a weird play. Like, he didn't even go for it at the bridge, which I found a bit strange. Just a little weird, but yeah, Logbait matchup right here. Let's just go Skeletons. Unfortunately, I just used my log. Not the end of the world, though, because we can mitigate most of the barrel's damage. Another Goblin Gang user, which is very interesting, and he actually messes up right there. Lets the Xbow lock on. So we're just going to get a nice little connection. Goes Ice Spirit at the bridge. He went Rocket, Gang, Ice Spirit. I'm pretty sure he's actually back to a Princess already. So against Logbait, you usually want to cycle cards in the middle if they have Princess and Cycle. Right there, perfect. I'm so glad he did that, because it definitely demonstrated my point. You don't want them to get any Princess at the bridge damage if you can allow it. So you definitely want to catch all princes at the bridge. I'm actually going to count his cycle right now. So this is how you count cycle. You count 4 cards after they use their card. So you just went Knight, Goblin Gang, Goblin Barrel. He's already 1 away from Princess, actually. Thankfully, my log clips almost everything. He's 1 away from Princess right now. So after this, after he presumably rockets this Xbow, goes Ice Spirit and then Rocket. Yeah, he's back to Princess again. So I'm probably going to go for a Knight once again in the middle once I get a bit more Elixir. Well, it wouldn't really do much, actually, I guess, because he's probably just going to react to it and Princess low. But still, I'd say it's a pretty decent principled play to make. So that you don't get caught with Princess at the bridge. Definitely just going to fireball his Princess if he goes for one. Goes for Knight instead. I'll just go Archers, and because he went Barrel all off to the side, I can actually just Ice Spirit, and the Archers also help out. It's actually going to be a dead Barrel. So let's go in with an Xbow right now. He just committed quite a lot of Elixir. I was hoping I would catch him without enough Elixir for a Rocket. Actually, looks like I did, because he didn't go Rocket right there. He went Inferno Tower. Or he just decided not to rocket, but still going to protect this Xbow. As you can see, I'm committing a lot. Even going to log. That is going to be officially my level 7 log. Actually, it was probably already done, like with the barrels, but yeah, I guess congrats to me. Level 7 mastery. This is my first one on any of my accounts. So it's actually a pretty big deal for me. I know some people have like 50,000 masteries already, but yeah. I noticed that barrel was far back, so I was fine to just not go log and just go Archers on it. Let's go in with an Xbow once again. And he should definitely be rocketing this, yeah. I don't know why my opponent was trying to go for some non-rocket defenses on the Xbow. That's usually what the biggest mistake Logbait players make, honestly. Let's just try and catch this barrel as well as we can. And then let's just start the spell cycle, I guess. That's going to be 2 fireballs away. We do have 3 spectators as well, I just noticed. Let's just log the Princess, I guess. Okay, I should have just logged his tower, actually, because Ice Spirit, he let it connect. But still, that's going to be GG. And yeah, really nice win against Logbait. So again, pretty much the main mistake they make is they try and go for an Inferno on your Xbow. And you're prepared for it. So again, you basically have to predict the Inferno almost every time if they have it in cycle. And the easiest way to do that is just with a set of skeletons in front. So, yeah. Anyways, though, that is going to be my first ever level 7 mastery. Let's accept it. Level 7 log. Going to take a screenshot of that. And 300 gems is absolutely huge as well. Don't know why I'm getting some lag, but yeah. That's very exciting. Right here. My first level 7, it's the log. As you can see, everything else in the Xbow deck except for the Spirit is level 6. But actually Tesla's pretty close to getting up there as well, but Xbow's nowhere near getting up there, because look, it's so hard to get this. I don't know why they made it so hard. It's annoying, honestly. Skeletons are also actually getting pretty close, and I believe Fireball's close as well. Yeah, so we're actually doing a decent job. Archers and Knight are, yeah, pretty far away, so some tasks are definitely harder to do than others. I would say Xbow's Tower Tapper one is probably the hardest one, because Xbow's not even a strong card. It's pretty hard to get it to connect to the tower, and let alone 18,000 times. That is just a bit ridiculous to expect. But anyways, level 7 log. It would be kind of cool if they had like a cosmetic effect. I also really wish I had an Xbow to counter push off of that. But anyways, Skelly Barrel, Skelly King, pretty standard stuff. Looks like it might be Mortar or some kind of just Logbait deck, I guess, with Skelly Barrel. Gonna hover my log, or hold on to my log, rather, as I had a feeling he would pop the ability. I mean, makes sense, too. He was basically maxed out. I think we do have to go for Skeletons as well, just because that's kind of causing a bit of trouble, but I'm actually gonna eat that, not overcommit with Archers, then go for an Xbow. Let's see what counters he has, and oh my god, he has RG. Okay, that's pretty bad. Gonna go Ice Spirit for this Firecracker. Hopefully I'm able to activate King, and then gonna get a nice log on everything. And okay, that was really bad by me. I took a ton of damage, but could not have expected RG, honestly. That was like the last thing I expected, but I guess you should be expecting the unexpected. This is definitely still winnable for me. Depends on his spell, though. He went RG. I think he's not back to RG, at least by 2 cards. So gonna Xbow. Could be a mistake, but I'm pretty sure he's not back to RG. He might be now, honestly, which should be pretty annoying. Go Zappies, let's fireball them right away. also hitting the Skelly King, and even if he has RG, he does not have enough for it. Really bad Skelly King ability because I didn't even need log for that, honestly, but I just logged anyways. Let's catch that fisherman with some skeletons right there. Even if you don't react to the fisherman like at the bridge, you can still catch it when it locks on. That's a little tip for you guys. Right there. And he goes Skelly Barrel. I could honestly ignore that and Xbow. I think I would get a connection. But I don't think it's worth it to eat all that damage, honestly. So I'll just go Archers. 3 for 3. Perfect counter. And yeah, a decent position in this match now. Gonna go for a Tesla to take out that Barb Barrel. And this is looking like just, I guess, Skelly King, Royal Giant. But for some reason, he also has a Skelly Barrel in there. I guess instead of a Skarmy. That's just weird, though, honestly. Like, that's really weird. I guess I'll just defensive Xbow. I saw Betfist doing this. I think it's a decent play, honestly. Might as well. He goes for the RG. Let's Ice Spirit, and then I think we have to go for another Tesla, because that RG would definitely lock onto my tower otherwise. So Xbow's helping out as well. Notice how Xbow did a lot of work there. Then we're back to an Xbow. He is not back to RG. Okay, I take it back. He is definitely back to RG. If you guys have been watching me for a while, you would know that I'm actually pretty bad at counting cycle, but still, let's catch the Barb Barrel. And as you can see, it might not have been worth it to catch that Barb Barrel, but even the smallest of interactions, like catching that Barb Barrel, was able to get me a few hundred damage. So even the smallest of micro plays you might think won't do anything, but it actually could definitely do something. Okay, he does have lightning in here, so this is not even going to be an easy matchup, honestly, with the lightning, the RG, and the Skelly King, but we're just able to set up a pretty decent situation for ourselves and just punish him pretty well, I would say. But yeah, definitely defensive Expo is going to be useful against any lightning deck, so going to go for another one. He might RG with this, honestly, and then Skelly King ability. Yeah, he does, exactly. So just waiting for the ability to use my log. Actually doesn't even go for the ability, so I can actually just log. I don't even need to log, actually. He just went with a lightning as well. That was super aggressive, so going to go Expo plus Knight. I actually think this is going to get a connection. Let's log all the Zappies. Let's catch the Barb Barrel again. And that's going to be a nice connection. That's going to be GG. Very nice stuff there against a pretty difficult matchup, I'd say. So our first sort of semblance of a meta deck in this run so far. Although he substituted the Skarmy for the Skelly Barrel. I don't know why, honestly. I don't really agree with that. But either way, we were able to make it work. And yeah, really nice. Also, not going to have any more log masteries to do, I think. Because I think once it's maxed, you don't have any more to do. Also, that was a really unfortunate Ice Spirit. I just kind of Ice Spirited the bridge out of habit. At the same time as his Spear Goblins, I wasn't reacting. If I reacted, I wouldn't have done it that badly. I guess let's just Tesla this Furnace, because unfortunately I don't have an Ice Spirit to tank that Fire Spirit. Goes for a Hog Rider. Let's log, I guess, to keep the Tesla alive. Okay, actually that was a failure, because I definitely did not keep the Tesla alive by doing that. That's my bad. But we're actually fine, because we can just go Skellies for this first Fire Spirit, and then Ice Spirit for the next one. Gonna make sure I go Ice Spirit high enough to the point that it doesn't splash the tower. And let's actually Expo with this. Could be aggressive. Let's see if he has like a Mega Knight or something. Goes Barbs, which is decent, but I'm actually gonna get some really nice Fireball value on everything here. So boom, perfect Fireball right there. Gonna log these Spear Goblins right away, because I think our opponent's gonna be pretty low in Elixir. And let's actually defend this Expo. So gonna go Skellies for that. Wow, somehow that still splashes. That is kind of unfortunate, but still. That's fine, I guess. Then let's go Ice Spirit for this Fire Spirit, and this Ice Spirit will stop. Oh my god, I'm really bad at my range, wow. Because that just splashed the tower again. I should really work on that, I guess. I haven't gone against Furnace in quite a while. I did yesterday, in a GC video, or not yesterday, a few days ago, against some kind of Logbait Furnace deck, the one with Bowler, for my 12th win with Muskbow. But I'm just not really used to Furnace timings and like Fire Spirit timings as well. He might Hog to pull this back. Yeah, that would be the best play for sure. So pretty decent by him. I think this will fully counter the Hog though if I get a perfectly timed log there, as we do. Nice. And yeah, that's going to be pretty much all sewn up actually, because I don't really see a way for our opponent to come back here in this match. I mean, he's down a lot of damage right there. So yeah, I personally think it's pretty much over already. Also, it's a really interesting minor Hog Rider deck. I I don't really think the two have great synergy together, but I mean, I can't really stop my opponent from playing it if he wants to. Let's try and log the hog away. So notice how I pre-placed my Tesla, right? But the pre-placed center Tesla does not pull a hog, actually. So you do have to push the hog, rather, into it with either skeletons or ice spirit, or even like a knight. Or you can log it in. I tried to do that, but I failed pretty spectacularly. So right here, we're going to try and do it. Push the hog as I get it off. Nice. So that's what you want to do. If you want to pre-place your Teslas against Hog Rider, you do have to make sure you know that interaction of pushing it into the Tesla. Ice Spirit, let's just go to soak up 2 Fire Spirit hits, I guess. And then just pre-Tesla, and that's actually log range, so that's going to be GG. Against a very interesting Hog Miner deck, so definitely another one of the more mid-ladder type decks, as we are expecting to see in this lower win range. But yeah, decent. Don't know why it took me out of the Global Tourney screen right there. That was a bit weird. But that's going to be 7 wins. We are on our way up to 10, only 3 wins away from getting a flawless 10-0 start. Hopefully we can get it. I'd really rather not lose before like 20 wins ideally, or 15 at least. But we'll see. Wallbreakers next, so could be Minor Wallbreakers, could be Goblin Drill Wallbreakers. Looks like it's going to be Minor with the Bomb Tower. Just going to Fireball that, I think, because I don't really have a better play. Let's go Ice Spirit. Notice this placement we should only take 1 Spear Goblin hit on the tower. Okay, we actually take 2, I'm not sure why, but I guess that's fine. He goes Valk. Actually, he has nothing in hand right now. He used Bomb Tower already, so he has to go Wallbreakers on this, actually. And I'm just going to log them if he does. So actually a bit of a miscalculation by my opponent there. Cycling Valk in the back, which is something you definitely want to watch out for if you're playing Xbow, if they do cycle that Valk in the back. Let's go Knight. Kind of a bad miner by him because I can actually just Knight to deal with both. Let's just Fireball the Magic Archer. Actually doesn't even get the alignment right. But still, fireballing it out of practice, or out of habit, I guess, but that is good practice to do generally. And he does have Valk back in hand, so I can't really make an Expo push happen, but I can Ice Spirit to annoy him, because I don't think he has the best hand for this right now. Yeah, he didn't really have anything, because he just uses Spear Goblin, so that's pretty good for me. I think I'll just split my archers right here. If he doesn't make a play, yeah, let's just split them. And once again, if he cycles Valk in the back, I will definitely punish that. Okay, he kind of changes up his game plan, which is good by him. He should not be cycling Valk opposite. I guess before I got the connection, it wasn't really opposite because I didn't have damage, but yeah. He shouldn't really be cycling Valk in this matchup. You usually want to save it to tank for the Expo. Let's try and catch the Miner with Skeletons as we do, and then Ice Spirit to freeze it. That should fully counter the Miner. Now his Valk is, I believe, at least 1 card away. He's going to go Knight to predict the Bomb Tower as it comes down. I think he actually won't have enough for Valk right away because he just spent 10. 4 with the Magic Archer, 4 with the Bomb Tower, 2 with the Spear Goblins, and that's actually going to be a huge connection for us. So going to Fireball the Magic Archer. Kind of unfortunate for him that the Valk gets hit too, and also kind of unfortunate that the Wallbreakers walk in front. But that's actually basically going to be GG already. Because, yeah, also that Valk didn't even do anything. It just stood there for a little bit. Let's just log the spears. Got a bit of lag on that for some reason, but he activates King. I think he gave up, so let's try and get... Okay, he didn't give up, actually. I don't know. I guess let's see if he gave up. I'll try and get some Expo Mastery in here. Okay, sadly, does not work out. Kind of unfortunate, but what can you do? Let's just hit the Spear Goblins with the Fireball for Fireball Mastery at least. And Expo is going to lock on a tower, so that's some Expo Mastery, I guess, but look at that. So I got a full tower down with an Expo, right? And then I got some damage on the left as well. Let's take a look at how little Tower Tapper Mastery I farmed with that, because I swear it's so hard to do. It's really just... Yeah, 87, not even 100. So if I did this 10 times, that wouldn't even be 1,000, and I have to get 18,000, so that's 18 times that. So this is why Tower Tapper is so hard to do. Punching Bag's also pretty hard to do, honestly, for Knight. I think Tesla's okay, Archers are okay, I guess, Skellies are okay. But yeah, just a little bit of a rant about how hard Expo Mastery is to do, but we are at 8 wins, 2 away from our goal. Let's keep it going and try and reach it. So up in the next match, and our opponent gives us the skeleton crying for some reason. Maybe he recognizes us and is upset, or maybe he just is crying for some reason that I'm not sure about. Anyways, like I said, good practice to just fireball the magic archer. Looks like it's going to be P.E.K.K.A Bridgespam, which is a very welcome sight to see. I think that was our first match of the video, right, against minions. This one's going to be the magic archer version, but still going to be a very easy matchup for Xbow for sure. You just have to play pretty well, but it's definitely a good matchup, so let's try and make something happen. He just used Zap, I'm pretty sure, so I think I can actually counter this bandit with Ice Spirit plus Skeletons. Then we have to go Knight for the Royal Ghost. Now he could obviously Magic Archer to snipe this. Yeah, he does. Let's go Xbow, or let's go Archers rather. Then he is probably going to respond to this. Yeah, he goes Zap. Let's Xbow with the Archers, I guess, even though he's just going to P.E.K.K.A on top, sadly. Okay, no he doesn't. Looks like he didn't actually have enough Elixir, or he just reacted badly or something, but let's just get a nice log on the battle ram. Look at that timing. You want to do it when it's at like 1/3 HP left so that you can clip the Barbarians inside as well. Just a little log tip there against battle ram, but overall, even though we're going same lane as our opponent, that's still a decent connection. That's going to put us in the damage lead. But I think for my future Xbows, I'll probably go in on the right, I would say. Because, again, in any matchup, you don't really want to give them spell value on your weaker tower. So if I go Xbow on the left, okay, he goes P.E.K.K.A for absolutely no reason. I don't know why he did that, but I'm not complaining. He goes Bandit, let's just go Ice Spirit plus Archers. Now, this is a big commitment, right? So, even though I'm going to get a huge connection here, the next thing I have to worry about is defending this P.E.K.K.A. Although, also, we're just about to hit double Elixir, so I'll definitely have enough Elixir for that in time. I'm just going to go Tesla. He might Battle Ram behind that, but I'll just Skellies to kite to the side. He might zap those. He actually doesn't, so I can just log, and P.E.K.K.A's actually fully dead, so yeah, not the best protection of his P.E.K.K.A, or I guess support of his P.E.K.K.A by the opponent there. Gonna go for a Knight. This time he goes P.E.K.K.A in the correct lane. Sadly, I can't go Tesla because my Tesla's alive. I'll snipe the Magic Archer, though, with this Tesla. That's a really cool play you can make. You can snipe the Magic Archer with a Tesla instead of wasting Fireball. That way you also kind of get a counter push out of it. I mean, Tesla doesn't really counter push, but it stays on the board, right? Fireball just goes away, so it is slightly higher value in a sense, which is something I like to do. I think he doesn't have enough for a P.E.K.K.A right now, though, obviously, or he wouldn't be going for all these squishy, cheap troops, just Fireballs, and that's actually going to be GG, because Knight's going to get a hit, even if it didn't. Fireball would have sealed the deal, and that's going to be a nice win against P.E.K.K.A Bridgespam. Again, very easy matchup. If you guys are struggling with that matchup, I would say just play really passively in single. And once it hits double, once you have some kind of advantage, just start going Xbows, outcycle their P.E.K.K.A, and you should win. Some kind of advantage would mean either like a surviving Tesla, or surviving Archers, or even a surviving Knight maybe. But into the next match against FN and then a Chinese player. Could be a decent player, actually, because usually players I see with this kind of name are decent, but we'll find out. You're going to split Archers, see what he wants to do, and since he's not doing anything, I'll just go Xbow. I hope he's not going to give up. Okay, yeah, he goes Lumberjack E-Drag, so looks like it is going to be Lumberloon. Going to be a tiny Xbow connection. Going to activate King. This is a play I like to make against E-Drag. When they have the E-Drag already on your side, I like to wait for it to attack first. As you can see there, I let it hit 2 times. Normally I let it hit 1 time, but since it was raged, I was kind of waiting. But if you want to get used to the rhythm against it, then you can let it hit first. Okay, that's really bad, though. He has Golem. I was hoping it would be Lumberloon. Although, this Knight Ice Spirit will get some really nice chip damage, actually, which is really useful, actually, like really good. So really glad I was able to get that. Now we're going to have to contend with a Golem push, which I am not a fan of, though. Let's go Skellies off to the side. Knight to protect the Archers. Unfortunately, I messed that up. This is probably going to be a really bad situation, but I'm going to Fireball everything. Then I have to log the Night Witch before it spawns any more bats, hopefully. Nice. But we actually might have lost, honestly, because this is looking really bad. Gonna go Skeletons. Okay, yeah, I think we did lose, guys. Or if not lost, then that's just gonna be a huge connection. Yeah, I think we lost, unfortunately. I don't know what I could have done, though, honestly, because I'm not sure. Like, I just don't really like Golem matchups, honestly. I find them pretty difficult to deal with, honestly, especially because he has E-Drag and Night Witch. I don't know why he has Night Witch in here. He has Pump as well. I guess I can't even Expo, actually. He's just gonna E-Drag and ignore it. This really sucks, though, honestly. if he goes Golem in the back, I think I do want to Xbow, though. So I guess I'll Xbow to predict his... Okay, he goes Golem in the middle. Yeah, I definitely lost now after going Xbow into a Golem. But really, I think this isn't a good matchup at all, even if he doesn't have a big spell. Because, like, I don't really know what you're supposed to do, honestly. I'll go Skellies to protect the Tesla a little bit, Fireball to take out the Night Witch, but, like, still, literally, what can I do right now? I'm not sure. E-Drag is just annoying. Baby Dragon's super annoying as well. The double dragons are just a real pain, honestly. And especially because they're raged up now, it's going to be a big issue to deal with. Yeah. I guess... Okay, yeah, I really can't do anything against that. E-Drag's just going to take the tower, in fact, so yeah, that's going to be an unfortunate loss, but really, I genuinely am not sure what I could have done. If you guys have any advice, I would love to hear it. I know I'm usually supposed to be giving you advice, but I consistently lose against Golem. Well, I win against Golem quite a lot, but like a lot of the time when I lose against a decent player as well, it's usually against Golem, honestly, so I don't know what I could have done, though, genuinely, because I activated King, it wasn't enough to defend, and I couldn't really deal with the Night Witch without fireballing it, so I don't know. I really don't think this is easy, though. If he didn't have Night Witch, I would have probably been fine, because I wouldn't have had to go fireball, but I really don't know why he had Night Witch in there. That was just really annoying. But yeah, I apologize, guys. I lost before 10, which kind of sucks, but, I mean, it does happen. It's not the end of the world. We do have 5 losses for a reason, so... Let's just... Okay, goes Lava first play. Let's Xbow. Usually the standard response to Lavahound. If you have the right cycle, you can Xbow same lane. And let's see if it's going to be Lava Clone. It is, actually. I was going to say Lava Clone or Lava Miner or some other kind of version. Okay, this looks really bad because it's going to be Lava Clone with arrows. Actually, it could just be Lava Miner, honestly. I'm going to go Tesla after the Lava locks onto the tower because I do want the Tesla to stay alive. I want the tower to kind of... tank for the Tesla in a way. Then let's just go Knight. And he goes Skelly King. I actually do think I have to Fireball because of the Skeleton King. I don't think I would be able to defend otherwise. If he goes Ability here, it wouldn't be that good because I can literally just log. So not sure what he was planning to do with that, but it's not going to be a great initiative by him. And yeah, we're pretty much fine. We got more damage than him, and we are pretty happy with the situation we're in. So I do want to Xbow, but because he just went for because I just went for a Fireball, if I do Xbow into his Lava, actually I'm back to Fireball already, so it's not that big of a deal. I'll go Knight, and then since he goes Lava, I'll go Xbow as my Knight walks up a little more to hopefully help tank against maybe the Flying Machine. So I'll go Xbow now. Let's see what he goes for. He goes Flying Machine. I'll just go Archers again. He probably will get arrows down in time. No, he doesn't. I don't know why he doesn't get arrows down in time. I don't know what's stopping him, honestly, but same idea as last game. Let's let the Lava lock on to the tower first, and then go Tesla. As he goes Skelly Drags, I'll just Fireball them, honestly, because I do want to keep my Tesla alive. And even if he goes for a Miner here, I guess if he miners the Tesla, it might be kind of annoying, but if he miners the tower, I would just be able to defend everything with the Tesla, taking care of stuff. But look at that Ice Spirit. This is why Ice Spirit's so nice against Lavahound, because if it's Electro Spirit, it won't actually do that. It won't help the tower one-shot the pups. You'll still need to get 2 shots. So go Skelly King. I'll just Tesla now, and then Skeleton is to stall the Mega Minion for a bit, and then Log to take the tower down, just because might as well take the tower down. And he's probably going to go Skelly Drags or Flying Machine. Yeah, so I'll snipe. Okay, he actually messed up there by letting the Tesla lock on to the Flying Machine first. Let's just get a nice Fireball in there, and then go Tesla. This is looking a bit tricky, actually, because Tesla will retarget onto the Hound, not the pups. But I think with a decent Fireball and everything, we should still be okay here. And I actually just have to stall out the Skelly King for a bit. So let's just go Knight and then log the ability. And yeah, that got a bit dicey at the end there. Honestly, if it wasn't about to be like overtime, I probably wouldn't have Xbow'd. Then I would have had enough Elixir to deal with everything. But because it was double Elixir, or overtime rather, I could afford to overcommit with that Xbow at the bridge, because even if I didn't have enough to defend the Lava push at the end, I still would have taken tower. That would have won me the match. That's kind of the mentality you want to use against Lavahound. Play a bit more passive in single, let the Xbows die, but in double you can protect them and maybe make something happen. But yeah, that's going to be a really nice 10 wins. Again, kind of sucks I got a loss. I usually never get a loss this early on, but I'm going to be honest, like against Golem, I'm really not sure what I could have done differently, and I'm not too upset about it either, because I genuinely don't think that's an easy matchup. Like, if you're trying to defend the pushes, they have Baby Dragon, Electro Dragon, Tornado. How are you going to defend the Baby Dragon, Electro Dragon behind the Golem? Because you can't even fireball them, that won't kill them, and if you do fireball them, they'll just punish you with a pump, and if you try and stack archers, they'll just NATO kill everything. I really don't know what you're supposed to do in that matchup, other than like get a connection early on and take the tower, and then just defend perfectly. But yeah, I guess if you guys have any advice, I'd appreciate it, but otherwise we had some really nice wins. Other than that annoying Golem matchup, we beat some versions of Logbait a few times. Also, I've been playing some Xbow Pump, as you guys have been requesting in a GC. I'm currently at 8-0. Let's see if we get the 12 win. Maybe I'll make a video on that if I do. But yeah, that's going to be it, guys. That's going to be it for the Global Tourney. 10 wins with 3.0 Xbow Cycle. Even though we did lose, I'm fine, I guess, because it wasn't that easy of a matchup anyways, and we do still have 5 losses. So if we are able to get 15 wins in the next video, which I will be making probably day after tomorrow, because I'll probably upload my Grand Challenge video tomorrow with Muskbow. If I'm able to get 15-1, I'll still be fine, because honestly, 15-1 is a decent start for me, or even 20-1 would be perfect. I expect to get at least like 1 loss by 20 wins, but usually not much more than 2. So I'm not too upset about the loss, but we just have to make up for it and do our best moving forward, and hopefully don't get too much Golem. But yeah, that's going to be it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the early Global Tourney content. First day of the Global Tourney, tried to work hard to bring it to you guys before you played yourself, so you could watch and then play. Some people have told me that that's why you enjoy watching the Global Tourney videos before the Global Tourney comes out, or like the day it comes out, so you can watch and then play. But yeah, that's going to be a bit of a lengthy outro, I guess, but that's going to be it for the video. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. You can look forward to parts 2 and 3 coming in the next few days. And yeah, take care. I will see you in the next video.